Okay, hello friends. So let us continue with our analysis of the flat slide way and find out the reactions. So the forces and or the reactions are as follows. Uh, the reaction here is A. The reaction on this part of the slide way is C, and there is one reaction which is in the horizontal direction, and that is termed as B. Okay, so let us now go to our PowerPoint slides. So here we are. Now let us see how to go ahead and analyze and find out the reactions. So in this particular case, let us now look at the causative forces, that is Py, Pz, okay, which are acting in the directions shown. Then we have got the weight acting vertically downwards. Okay, so these are the forces as in the previous case, and the reactions are A, B, and C. Okay, so in order to find out these reactions, we again have to look at the various equations. Okay, and the equations would be like having understanding the summation of the forces in the various directions. So here we see this is the equation of summation of the forces in the x direction, y and z direction. Okay, so let us look at x direction. So the x direction is here. X direction means the direction along the basically slide way. So here we see that mainly there are two forces here along with the frictional force. Okay, so the first force that is seen here is Px. The Px is the cutting force in the x direction, which is coming from the workpiece onto the tool. Okay, so that is something which is very important, has to be understood. Along with that, there is this force Q. Okay, now we'll try to understand in a bit what this force Q is. This force Q comes from the lead screw. Okay, because to drive any type of cutting, it has to be either driven manually. Manually the turner basically rotates the wheel which moves the carriage, and then the turning happens. Or many times what is done is that the turner basically engages automatic feed. Okay, and from that basically this force Q is generated. Okay, and this frictional force is the force which opposes the motion, the direction of the motion. Okay, for better clarity, let us look again at our three-dimensional diagram. Okay, right here. Okay, now let us see. So now whenever the tool cutting is happening, the force is applied by the tool to the workpiece from the right to the left. Okay, and obviously therefore the reaction on the tool would be in this particular direction. It comes from the left and goes to the right. Okay, so let us call this force as Px. Then the next one is basically the force which is coming from the lead screw. Okay, so as I was saying, this particular wheel is rotated or the automatic feed is engaged. Okay, so either way the lead screw is the one which basically gives the driving force. Okay, so the driving force would be obviously in the direction of motion. Okay, so obviously if you have to do a turning operation, which direction your carriage should move. Your carriage should move in this particular direction, going towards the left. Okay, so obviously the force Q would also be coming to the left. Okay, and since we are analyzing the carriage, the exact location of this force Q on the carriage would be at this zone as shown by the diagram. Okay, or as shown basically by the arrow. So Q is going towards the left. The force Px is coming to the right. Okay, and now lastly there are three forces. What are they? They are the frictional forces, that are coming from the guideways, vertical surfaces and the horizontal surfaces. So these are the two horizontal forces, and there is also one vertical surface which is in contact with the carriage. Okay, so therefore these three forces would be there. And how would you understand what this value of force would be? It would be, if the frictional coefficient is F, it would be F times the normal reaction A. Okay, this force here would be F times normal reaction, that is C, and similarly last one would be F times normal reaction, which is your B. Okay, so therefore F is common, the forces, if you have to add them, it becomes F times A plus B plus C. Okay, so which are the forces in the same direction? We have got the Px force and the summation of the frictional forces. They are in one direction. And what is in the opposite direction? This force Q. Okay, this force is in the opposite direction. So having understood this, let us look at the diagram from this perspective, or basically the equation from this perspective. We see here your Px along with your FABC has the same sign and Q has the opposite sign. Okay, and obviously the summation is 0. So that is your first equation. Okay, so having understood the first equation, let us now move towards the second equation, which is kind of simple. Okay, which basically tells us that there are only two forces, B and Py. Okay, so let us look at that, the previous slide, and here we go. Okay, so Py is in this direction. Okay, so your carriage is being pushed towards the right, and therefore the reaction from the vase is in the opposite direction. So B and Py have to be equal. So therefore we get the equation B minus Py is equal to 0. So that is what is the equation that we get. Now we go to the last part, that is your third equation, that is Z direction. Okay, and in this Z direction we see all the vertical forces. Now what are the vertical forces? The vertical forces are A, C, which are the reaction coming from the vase. There is this Pz, which is coming because of the workpiece giving a push to the tool, and also because of the weight of the carriage. So if we say that upward direction is positive, downward direction is negative, A and C are positive, Pz and G are negative. So this is a minus sign here, that's not an equal to sign, that's a misprint. And let us quickly look at the diagram right here. Okay, so the diagram shows your Pz and G in the negative direction. Okay, downwards, and then the upward direction is A and C. So these are the forces which are considered for the vertical equilibrium: A, C, Pz and G. Okay, and now lastly we would like to look at what is called the moment equation, and here we see sigma mx. Okay, so we are taking the moments about the x axis. Okay, so you got the product Pz yp, G times B by 2, C times B, and Py times H. Okay, so let us try to see where these terms are coming from, and so we just go to the previous slide. Okay, and try to see where these terms are coming from. Okay, so please note here there is a change in the origin. In the earlier diagram this was considered to be the origin, but you can take moments about any point in the system. Okay, and if it is in equilibrium, that those moments should be 0. So now we are taking moments about this point. Okay, and here is your Z direction in the upward direction. Z is in the upward direction, your positive Y is in this particular direction, and your X, positive X, is going inside the plane of the guide way, and that is your X. Okay, so that is your X. Okay, and so we are taking moment about this particular X axis. Okay, so therefore that X axis is now a dot. Okay, so we will be taking distances from this dot. Okay, so then the first one that has been considered is PZ, and the distance from that is YP. Okay, so that is the first component. Second component, and again we will do that. Okay, so we will say clockwise moments and anti-clockwise moments. Okay, and then we will just go ahead and name those. So the first one, PZ, was basically an anti-clockwise moment. Okay, so we say PZ times YP. Okay, so that is your PZ times YP. That is the first one. Then your next moment is the moment which is caused because of PY. Okay, and therefore we see PY times the distance, and that distance we can say is H. Okay, and that is your clockwise moment, PY times H. Okay, so that is your clockwise moment. Then the next moment that we consider is G. Okay, your G would give you a counterclockwise type of a moment. Okay, about the point here, and that counterclockwise moment would be basically G times your B by 2. Okay, so that is given right here. Okay, and then lastly we would have this moment because of C. Okay, so this moment because of C right here, and the value would be C multiplied by B. Okay, C multiplied by B, and again it is considered to be a clockwise moment. Okay, as seen from the figure. So the last component here is your C multiplied by B. Okay, so let us see if we have covered all the forces. We have considered PZ, we have considered PY. Okay, we have considered G, and we have considered C. Okay, so it seems that let us bring this on. Okay, your PZ YP is positive, so they have considered anti-clockwise as positive, and G into B by 2 is positive, and these last two are negative, C times B and PY times H. Okay, so that gives us the understanding of the moment equation. Okay, now what basically follows is pretty simple. You have got your three unknowns, and we have got sufficient number of equations. 4 equations we already have, so we get the answers. I think it's very simple, need not elaborate. B is equal to PY, your C is equal to PY PZYP minus PYH by B plus G by 2, and lastly your A value is also given. Okay, so after finding these A, B, C, and remember this type of analysis does not have to consider the complexities because of the V and the forces being at a certain angle based on the angle of the V. Okay, so therefore this analysis is pretty simple, and we get the values A, B, C from it, and after we get the normal reactions A, B, C, we can very easily find the average pressure by dividing this value of normal reaction by the area of the guideway. Okay, so that is very simple, and just to give a quick visualization, the area of the guideway would be seen by this figure right here. Okay, so here you would see this is the area that you are looking at. Okay, similarly this area would be visible on this area also. Okay, so the area would be the length of the carriage L and multiplied by width of this. Okay, so that would give you the area. And after the area is found, the last step is to check and compare this with the threshold pressures. Okay, so thank you friends. I'll pause at this point and we'll continue with the next part, that is analysis of the pressure gradient, okay, in the next session. Okay, thank you.